Welcome everybody to another edition of Web Review Real Talk with Z Fly. That's me. I am your boy Z Fly, and today I have a very special guest who is no other than on the right. Designer Stevie Boi is in his house. Now, if you know Stevie Boi, you know that he is the man of shades. Now, Stevie Boi, now back in the day, people, the shades used to be, and still is for, mostly for the sun. But, these days, people wearing shades at night, they wear them in the club. So, what is that in church? So now, what makes a pair of shades so vital to an ensemble?
I think a pair of shades is just, another accessory, but I think it's extremely necessary, in the summertime, of course. You don't want to walk around with, talking people squint with one somebody threw rice at your face. You just got hair. But I think shades are definitely vital. I think they're important to have. I think with an ensemble, with an outfit, with a great collection of clothes, you need to probably about a good 5 to 7 pair of sunglasses.
Okay.
Different outfits, kind of express yourself. I love Ray-Bans. I love my own glasses too, by the way. These are actually, just so you can see them, these are actually from my new collection, 54.
Okay.
And there's accessories that will attach to the top of the sunglasses. And, it creates more, and it just makes the glasses even more unique.
They are hot.
Interesting. I think Ray-Bans are great sunglasses. I think SB Shades are great sunglasses. And I love Linda Farrow and German Sky.
Okay.
Some of my favorite brands.
Sounds good. Now, you did mention accessories. Now, as we all know that you make a few accessories yourself. Now, accessories along with shades can also, enhance or, actually or complete a outfit. So, how is that? How is that, like maybe jewelry or watch or whatever, how does that help, as far as accessories, how does that also help, complete your outfit?
I think it depends on your body type too. A lot of things go into effect when people are accessorized. Some people under accessorize more than they over accessorize. I love when the neck is full of chains. Within a blazer, you have like a Mr. T, but like fashiony, like a nice cinch blazer with a neck full of chains.
Exactly.
Something like that. I love girls that, because I used to live like in the hood, at one point in my life, and I had sisters that used to over accessorize their hands with the bangles and the shangles. And the rings, it was the gold rings. Like, yes, girl, my rings are gold. They real gold. I'm like, girl, no, it's not. It's plastic. Don't let me read you. I will read you. My sister, but I will read you with the fake plastic gold bracelets and rings. I think, over accessorizing your hand can be a little bit too much, but the neck and the head is always the main focus when you look at someone, and you don't want to grab someone's hands and, pull their weight with you. I think that's a beautiful thing to do.
Okay, so everybody remember that accessory, because I have seen, like,
especially if you're beat.
You know what I'm saying?
Trying to show your face, You're trying to show the queens what you're trying to.
So now let's talk about your latest and greatest. Now you kind of mentioned, your new collection, 54.
Yes. 54 is basically just the abundance of Studio 54 back in the 70s and 80s. That was a major break. It's so much history to it. That was a major break for a lot of artists such as Michael Jackson and Madonna and like Grace Jones. Everyone went there and networked with different people. I look at the life that I live in right now, the industry that I'm in right now. It's just a big giant party. Anything that I've ever designed, I've never drawn it.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that just kind of makes it more complicated because I am a kid that had ADHD. And, I was all over the place. They had me on Ritalin and all that, just all crazy with it. So as an adult, if I'm trying to, like, for example, look at this piece of paper and I am drawing it and I put it next to my materials and I'm looking at it to remake it, it makes it more complicated because then I kind of want to go back and redraw it because I can't physically do it in person. Because I'm making things by hand.
Right.
So it's not manufactured, it's made by hand. So there's physical things you can't do. And that's what makes it a little bit more complicated when I design. Because my designs are very complicated. They're out there. They're very, crazy. So That's what makes it, interesting.
I just want to know that one for myself. So let's get back on 54. So where did the name come from?
Well, 54 came from Studio 54. Like I said, I love the abundance of that fashion life, and the inspiration that came from it. And I took off Studio and just kept 54. Yeah.
Now you might have already kind of said it, but like in one word, how would you describe that collection?
It's very fearless.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's see. Now I remember we had an interview before, and I remember I asked you a question. Like if somebody saw a pair of SB shades, what is that one detail that would identify it? And then you said that you was working on it. So has that detail been created? Yeah. Like what is the one?
Well, they're not on here now for legal purposes, but these are just the prototypes. These aren't even the actual shades. Like this is going to be completely chrome. There's going to be my logo on there. I think what's going to separate my glasses, well, I know what's going to separate my glasses from anything and everyone else's is the ability to add the accessories. It's never been done before, and I think that keeps that Stevie Boi aesthetic too, because everyone has always looked at my sunglasses and was like, oh my god, they're accessorized sunglasses.
Right.
With the studs and spikes and that's accessories going on to sunglasses. That's going to be a more luxury manufactured way of doing business.
Wow.
So that's what people should look forward to. And also the shape of my glasses. They're not going to be they're going to be very different. They're not going to be so basic like a lot of the other glasses.
Yeah, he basically y'all could that window. Nothing better. All right, now also too, now you're really no stranger to hosting either. You've hosted your own TV show or
fashion show.
Fashion show.
I love the host. The thing about this industry is I came in it with an open mind, and people just assume because I am quite versatile that I can just do like anything, which is fine. When I was in Russia last month, they told me I had 30 minutes to learn how to DJ.
What?
And I had to DJ in front of a lot of people in the W Hotel on top of the rooftop.
Oh, wow.
And I did an amazing job. I was actually quite surprised myself.
Wow.
Because I learned how to do the blending. Not to get too deep into it, you guys, but I learned how to do the blending, and that's all I need to learn how to do. I know music. I love music. That's how I got into the industry. I learned how to DJ, and I've been doing it ever since. And now I have bookings in China and all these random foreign countries to DJ and to do a fashion show. So, it's amazing, like, I wouldn't say force yourself to do things you feel uncomfortable with, but force yourself to just push the boundaries for yourself. Right. Force yourself to push boundaries for yourself. You get it. You got it? Good.
So now would hosting be something that like you could see yourself doing like more in the future? Yeah, definitely.
I like making people laugh. And I think
that he does very well.
I like to laugh a lot,
Yeah.
I do have, I wouldn't say a harsh face, but I have a hard look in my face. A lot of people think I'm pissed off all the time. I am. I'm pissed off all the time. Just kidding. See, like, I like to make people laugh. I like to make people like, what is he about to say? Like, feel like that. And I'm a big fan of Kathy Griffin.
Yes.
I love their comedy skills. So, I kind of stole that. Come for me. Please, I hope you guys talk to me. I love them. I love Monique. She's really sweet to me too, by the way. But I'm rambling. Sorry. Sorry. I do this especially.
We want to hear from Stevie, so go ahead.
I did this when I had too many drinks the last previous night. I'm fighting the hangover and fighting reality. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about more of your collections. So let's talk about Coexist. I know you're doing Coexist. Is that still?
Well, the thing about that business-wise is that Coexist is my brand manager. I was like, okay, I just want to end it. It was a very successful line. I had the glasses just from Coexist in 1 year. My glasses were featured in Vogue 15 plus times. I lost count, and on the cover 3 or 4 times.
Wow!
In 1 year, like that seems a little impossible, right? Because it takes months to do these photo shoots. They don't just shoot last week and put it on Vogue next week. Like all of this stuff was like pretty pre-planned in my mind how I wanted to do it, and I can honestly say, to my own horn, that it was some of the best business decisions that I've ever made. And I felt like at this point I was on my highest with this. I need to leave it and start something new, because I can't keep people on Coexist for 2 years.
Right.
And I did it. I left it. I said, okay, no more Coexist. It had enough success. That was just 15 times just in Vogue. That's a little impossible. Like, I haven't even seen a lot of major designers do that. So
yeah. Because because I remember whenever me and you we had talked about it, before in a previous interview, how coexist. You was really your vision was to just be just individual, but then you I think you said it had a lot of controversy with like some of the designs. So like
because of my raising, my mom was a chaplain in the military, and my dad was in the military, and I lived in Germany, I lived in London and Paris, and over there, because my mom was a chaplain, and which is somebody that works in the church, for everybody that doesn't know that, not a preacher, but she kind of like does the party planning, the organizing, the thing. I went to Jewish services, I went to Christian Baptist, I went to Catholic, I went to every type of service you can possibly imagine, all in one day on Sunday. And on Wednesdays, and sometimes Mondays and Tuesdays. So I would go to these services, and not because I went to the store, but my mom worked. So I get out of school and I would go to service. And I sing the different, how can I say this without offending people, biblical images. I like that. Like a cross and Jesus and stuff like that, and stars of David, and everything. That's something that a kid should not forget. It should be in my brain. And then on top of that, the first movie I ever seen was a horror movie. So I just had a crazy life as a kid. It was a good life. It wasn't a bad life. I was thrown down a flight of stairs. I was good. It wasn't precious. Okay. Okay. Sorry. But yeah, I had a good life as a kid. We have ups and downs and stuff like that. So I basically brought that into the future of Coexist. Coexist was just an abundance of culture, life, and religion. And I love religion. Yes. Like I love the imagery of religion, like the different things. I don't go and try to like figure out what it means. I like the way it looks. A lot of people was offended by it. A lot of people unfollowed on Twitter, sent me hate letters, called me all types of names, but at the end of the day, I won,
You did. He definitely won. He's winning.
Okay? Yeah, winning.
Now, Stevie Boi, now with your style is like no other. You're very unique, you're very original. A lot of times with a style that's so original, it's people, might give you faces and not understand. What advice would you give those people, especially specifically guys? I'm gonna say guys because I feel like guys, we're the ones, girls can get away with a lot, but I feel like guys, we have to try to live this whatever, to try to get accepted. What is advice you would give to guys who wants to show, their internal individuality, to not say
be yourself.
Yeah.
Straight, gay, whatever, transgender, whatever you are, you really have to be yourself. As soon as you, I'm sorry you guys, I know it's so cheesy, but as soon as you love yourself, everything else, you will find your style, you will find your personality, you will find out what your real favorite color is, not your best friend's favorite color, or your friend's or your mother's or your father's favorite color. And that can go along the lines of a lot of things, You will find out if you really love being in college for criminal justice and dropping out and becoming a designer, one of the first African American designers to do so much for Vogue and for a lot of other prominent magazines. But you don't know. Like, I was a lost kid, and I think I grew into my style as I started to love myself more and get away from my family. I think we all need to kind of like separate ourselves from our family and friends for like a good month and like just relax and chill. That doesn't mean like cut everybody off. Just separate yourself physically from them, so that you can really find yourself and see how different you are from just anyone that you've ever been around. And I did that, and that really has taken me very, very far in life.
Exactly. All right, now let's stick around because coming up, we have a showcase that Stevie will be showing you exactly what's real hot fresh and what ain't. But it's his collection, so it's going to be real hot fresh. Yeah. So that's coming up next. This is Real Talk with Z, with my very special guest, Stevie Boi. Don't go nowhere.
Gird your loins.